Welcome to Everyday Happiness, where we create lasting happiness in 2 minutes a day through my signature method of intentional margins, creating harmony between your to-dos and your priorities, happiness science, and musings about life. I'm your host, Katie Jeffcoat, and as we approach tax season here in the U.S., I've been reflecting about what makes me the most happy, and am I investing in the right things for long-term fulfilled happiness, the happiness that I'm really after. Well, Arthur Brooks, Atlantic contributing editor and professor at Harvard, says each of us has something like a happiness 401k that we invest in when we are young and that we get to enjoy when we are old. And just as financial planners advise their clients to engage in specific behaviors like make your savings automatic and think twice before buying that boat, we can all teach ourselves to do some very specific things at any age to make our last decades much, much happier. Wow, this is great news, right? This brings us back to a Harvard study we've talked about before on this podcast. It's where Harvard started following a group of men from Harvard in 1938, from youth to adulthood. And they were asking them questions every so often about their happiness scale, among other things, to understand well-being. They had all different walks of life, relationships, life goals. The study has evolved and the participants have expanded to more than just men from Harvard. As this study has evolved and the participants have aged, the researchers began to categorize people on a spectrum of happy well to sad sick, indicating that physical health was a clear determining factor in someone's happiness. As the researchers dove in, they discovered the happy well senior citizens did have some resources that were out of their control, okay? So like generational wealth, good DNA, long-lived ancestors, right? But what is fascinating is that some of this is under our control. And as Arthur Brooks says, this can teach us a great deal about how to plan for late life happy wellness. Using this treasure trove of data from the Harvard study, two researchers showed in 2001 that we can control 7 buckets that fill our happiness 401k. They are smoking, drinking alcohol, body weight, exercise, emotional resilience, education, like lifelong learning, and relationships. So tomorrow, we'll talk about how to fill these buckets. So don't miss out. Make sure you are subscribed everywhere that you listen to podcasts.